Hello and welcome to Bell Cave Gaming. Today I'm bringing you an Alolan Sandslash deck where we're trying to see whether we can win some matches using 0 energy cards. So what does the Alolan Sandslash actually do? Well, the only attack we're interested in is this free attack here, Spike Armor. It does 30 base damage. Yeah, that's a bit meh. But if our opponent attacks into this Sandslash, after we've used our Spike Armor attack, we get to put 6 damage counters on that attacking Pokemon, whether Sandslash goes down or not. So suddenly that 30 jumps up to 90, and now we're starting to get to a number that's getting there. However, we need to do a lot more. So how do we do that? Well, we put an ear-ringing bell onto our Alolan Sandslash. So if they attack us, it confuses them, and then we build that damage even higher with the Parasects. Now the aim here is really we're trying to probably get about 3 Parasects up, so that's an extra 60 damage on the way back to us. So suddenly that's, 30 base damage, 60 extra, so that's 90, another 60, that's 150 damage. Of course, that's on the way back to us. If they're still confused on the way back to them, which they're gonna be, well, that's another 60 damage again. So suddenly you can see that these numbers are building up very, very quickly. However, what if they're not attacking into our main attacker, so into our Alolan Sandslash? Well, we've got Koga's Trap to deal with that. If they want to try and avoid the confusion plays, we can Koga's Trap them, confuse them that way, as well as poison them, and then get the damage laid on with the Parasects as well as just chipping away 30 at a time with our Alolan Sandslash. So that's really the aim of the deck. The Jirachis are here to help with the setup, and then all these cards, just the usual riff-raff to get ourselves going. So we've got our Poker Gears to go and search out our Cynthias, Koga's Trap. We've got Lieutenant Surge because often we're down early and these can just allow for power turns. Got Brock's Grip because we've only got 4 attackers, we might need to renew them at some stage. Obviously the ear-ringing bell, the switch just can come in clutch at various stages, get an extra Jirachi pull or something like that. We've also got a couple of Judge's Whistles. They're here really just to make our deck size 58, just to try and build a little bit more consistency. Power Pad is also huge in this deck, just because it allows us to flip a couple of our supporter cards back into the deck, and that can be huge if we're heavily relying on Kogas, for example, but can also be good for getting back, some Cynthias or something like that. So that's really the combo. Let's begin. Hello? I'm not even going to try on that name. It's too hard. Get an easier name. It's too hard for my brain. Go Shrew up, Paris up, netball another Paris. Wouldn't mind a top deck of, say, a Jirachi. Up against Evilax. And I'm going to be pounded into from the second turn by the looks of things. So we're definitely getting pounded into from the second turn. Which does mean, do I protect the Shrews because they're my only attackers? And sacrifice a Paris? I think we do. Yeah, that's got to be the play. So we'll just go and get a Paris, and sadly we are sacrificing you, Paris. It's just how it goes sometimes. Oh, now Cynthia. I have to question whether I want to go into Jirachi here, and I feel like the answer is no. I think we just accept Paris is gone. And that's the downside of going second, sadly. That's just what we've got to accept. Jirachi is just too important for setup. So, we have to try and catch it up later. Another Shrew. Liza. Be good for the next turn. See what Stellar Wish gets me. Ooh. Guaranteed Cynthia. I think I need the ear-ringing bell already. I think that's too important. So what we're going to do is pray that Jirachi can save me. Because we need as many damage counters on this guy as quickly as we can. And this is how we hopefully make that happen. So, retreat to the slash. And then spike armor. We're running a Koga's, like Lieutenant Surge Koga's turn next. And hopefully Jirachi finds me a Cynthia to go with it. At worst, a draw support. That's what I desperately need. Gonna switch out to the Jirachi. This could change what I was expecting to come. Because otherwise I actually don't know what I'm doing on the next turn. If you don't take me out, it might be just spike armoring and just waiting again, which feels really bad. It does feel really, really bad. Get rid of the Naganadel. So there's your ability to snipe with the MewMew if you can. And try and play around these. Gengaku. That wasn't really who I was expecting to show itself. Do you have a way out of the Jirachi? You may not, which... kind of, the game plan was hoping that you did KO the Sandslash here. Which just makes it a bit more awkward. Unless Pokegear can save me with a supporter, which it can. We will run the Lieutenant Surge. We might as well run the Kogas, to be honest. And then Cynthia. Get ourselves another Parasect up. Sandslashes are going to be hardest to find, I think, so we'll go and get ourselves another Sandslash rather than trying to be greedy and setting up another Parasect. Spike armor here. Gets rid of the Jirachi. Let's be another ear-ringing bell. I needed to get rid of that Jirachi when I did anyway, because it's going to provide way too much consistency. And by the looks of it, you're actually bricked, which is fantastic for me. Absolutely fantastic. Now damage is starting to add up. So we now need another Shrew, we need another Paris. And at the moment, we're just going to Liza out. Got the Shrew, got the Paris. Draw another card in. Poker Gear first, because that could drastically change what we take. Liza or... this is a big call. This is a very big call. I actually think Koga's. We'll just grab that. Stellar Wish. Shrines are pretty big here. Liza's pretty big. Shrine's just adding plenty of damage on. I like bringing another Shrine out just so... Now I'm risking getting myself bricked, but I'm thinking I'm more Koga's next turn if Jirachi can be nice to me and find me a Pokecoms. I'm assuming like you take me out here as well. I am definitely assuming that. Come on, find me a Pokecoms. There we go. Alright. Please don't reset stamp me here. So you do have your GX attack that you're pretty close to, which can heal a lot of damage. There's a heal status conditions as well. Oh, it needs one extra energy though, but you can get that pretty easily. Heal damage from all of your Pokemon, but it doesn't heal status conditions necessarily. But it can be pretty clutch. I am in a bit of an interesting position that we could go and get another Parasect. I don't know. I feel like getting that Jirachi when I did was pretty huge because it just left you bricked. Star Search. So this will be like aiming to heal on the next turn with the GX attack. So what I really have to think about is how much damage can I physically do this turn. So 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110. Nowhere near enough is the answer to that. Nowhere near enough. So there's no Parises left. We know the GX attack's coming, so I kind of want to hold what I've got. We Brock's Grit on this turn. This is the turn we Brock's Grit. We go and get ourselves a Sandslash. Brock's Grit. So it should be enough Sandslashes for the rest of the game. Spike Armor. Well, that's what I'm anticipating is coming anyway. Is the GX attack. Miraculous Duo just to heal everything. And if it doesn't, I'll be pretty shocked. I'm assuming it does leave you confused though. Got a couple of shines to deal with that giant hurt. You're holding on to a switch. So if I went with the Kogas before, that's what we would have seen. The other thing you could get is the thing of the Pokemon that can drop 20 damage counters. That's the other thing you could get to get yourself out of this. Got plenty of energies on it anyway. But if you're Miraculous Duo, that probably is better for me right now. Because then you can't use the other GX attack to drop 20 damage counters at some stage, assuming you've got that coming. Brewing somewhere. You could use your Snipe. That's something you could do here. Which would put me in a much more awkward spot. And cheer up. Of all things to pick, you're gonna cheer up. You have to be thinking about sniping. Let's Kogas, let's just put you on a clock. So the GX attack could be coming, but you've got a coin flip for that as well. Unless you've got another switch that you're holding that I don't know about. Because you ditched your switch last time. So I just want this on a clock right now. And I'm pretty happy that you decided to ditch the switch. So what have you got coming? Giant Hearth? You can snipe me. Can manually retreat out as well, I guess. That's the other thing you can do. I mean, if you flip heads on this coin flip, it'll be a massive game changer. Like on a Miraculous Duo GX. You could go with a 50-50 shot on a Miraculous Duo GX and just change the game. It's just what do you want to do? Apparently you don't want to choose to attack, which just gives me the game. And we'll just put Shrine in for good value. There we go. I'll let the confusion do it for us. I overkill that MewMew. So I think getting Jirachi when we did was absolutely huge. And I mean absolutely phenomenal. Hello Frankino, welcome. I think we'll chuck 2 of these and hold the comms. I may even pull out Jirachi here with the comms just to help with some consistency. Turtonator. I think that's what we're going to do. Just Jirachi's just absolutely amazing. Have I literally prized 3 Jirachi? That is incredible. And I prized a Sandslash. Alright. That is actually amazing. How do you manage to prize 3 Jirachi? Not the Shrew. We'll treat to the Jirachi. Still a wish ourselves. We'll have Poke Gear at this stage. We'll just burn that so we can burn some stuff. And Koga's an option. It's not going to be the option we use, but it's an option. Unless you KO the Jirachi straight away, then we'll probably return to Surge Koga's and Cynthia and see what happens. So there is that. Now we'll hold on to the shrine just so we can counter any stadium that you put out. So this should play Giant Hearth, although it could be with the beasts as well as the Ultra Space. So there's that as well. We got a double power Sandshrew start. Alright, so you've got the Welder with just 1 energy. So you're not attacking necessarily here. Nope, no attacks to be seen. So that's fine. What we'll do is Shrine out now. Don't want a Koga's, we just want a Cynthia. We want to continue a setup at this stage of the game. Got our Ear Ringing Bell, we've got a Sandshrew, got a Paris, we got a Parasect. What we want to get here is a board. Or worst case scenario, we want to get ourselves a Liza. And we'll just use our switch. Alright, we'll Spike Armor. Hit into the old Turtonator. Get some damage on your side of the board, so over to you. Got the next Sandslash, which is really good. Got a Liza for some draw. Hooper hits the bin, which is actually pretty good for me because we're running a lot of abilities. And not hitting a bin with an energy is a bit sad for you, so... Oh, ouch, that's a very slow turn. We don't need this many Sandslashes just right now. So we'll shuffle. Looking for Parasects now. That's really what we're looking for. Beautiful, there's a Parasect. What we want to see here is a draw sport. Rather than Lieutenant Surge. Chuck that down and we'll Spike Armor. I mean, Lieutenant Surge could be huge, but we need to guarantee the draw sport first. And if the Jirachi can pull a Lieutenant Surge, that could be pretty massive. Assuming that you take me down here. But you need to make something happen pretty soon. Another Lily, so I doubt you're attacking yet. Wow, you bricked. Well, you haven't really bricked technically, you've had stuff to use. We could just use Koga's here. And I feel like that's the play. We'll run the Koga's now. And Spike Armor. Gets rid of the Turtonator. And makes things really interesting for you. Alright, Pokecoms. We just need Pokemon to use them on. So Poipole sees some action. Got a Welder. I'm happy to see him going in the Heatran. I want you using the Heatran. Gonna switch. That seems pretty good to me. And honestly, we might not even risk... Maybe I'll go Jirachi. See what he can pull. If he can pull a board... then we'll use you as a draw. If he can't pull a board, then I think we use you as a switch, just about. Although you go down anyway, don't you? Yeah, so we don't need to worry about that. It's not the end of the world. We would like to get into that, but we don't have to. You don't find a board. I really feel like we need to Liza here to continue with setup. And hope that we can get out of the Jirachi. Because ideally we want to get to that Alolan Sandslash again. Ouch, that's cruel. So that did absolutely nothing for me. Well, we're risking the Jirachi now. But at least the Heat Train goes down, so... Oh yeah, we've prized 3 Jirachi, haven't we? There's 2 of them. Forgot about that. Thankfully you resist this Naganadel. That's probably what I should have thrown on you actually, is an Earringing Bell. Once again, we're going to Jirachi first because we're looking for a board. We are looking for a board, or you're going to reset stamp me? That's annoying. Do we need to Power Pad just to increase our odds of getting out of this hand? I actually think that's important to do. We're going to Power Pad. 2 Cynthia's back. Increase our odds of getting out of this. Stellar Wish. Well. Find this awkward, that's for sure. What we're going to do is this. We lose the Jirachi. When it comes out, we're going to go and get another Jirachi. Then we're going to pull back in the Paris. We're going to rack the Earringing Bell onto you and hold. If you want to whack me out, that's fine. You're going to get confoozled while you do it. Now, I know you can just retreat and play those shenanigans, but I'm gonna make it at least awkward for you. Let's go Tate and Liza. We'll run that first. It's got some dig cards, which we'll use. We don't want to find any boards, do we? It's like we're allergic to boards. Allergic big time to boards. We got Cynthia. Whack Shrine down. I'm feeling like it's not doing anything for me. Whack another Earringing Bell onto this Jirachi, although the Jirachi doesn't necessarily go down here. We'll grab the Earringing Bell anyway, because we can chuck it on the Shrew. So what we're going to do here is Pokecoms away the Paris into, not you, into a Shrew. Have I prized my other 2 boards? Is that what's going on here? So this will retreat out to you now. We could have put that onto you, which would have made things more interesting, because you're not one-shotting me at the moment. So there is that, but I like them on the Sandslashes if I can. Alright, there's another Sandslash down. Can we find ourselves a board? Certainly are allergic to them. Oh, there's only one left, so there's one in the prizes. Come on, Jirachi, find that board. There's no point in having Return Surges just yet. Alright, well we lose our Jirachi from here on out. That is what it is. We probably need to reset a Sandslash line. Although we've lost 2 Jirachis. As long as we got one more Sandslash in deck somewhere. Although one's prized, so I'd have to get one out of the prizes. Just wondering whether I Brock's Grid or not. That's the real question here. Gotta start getting KOs. And quickly. We're not gonna Brock's Grit because we need to dig our way into Kogas now. Just for later. Pokecoms, you away. Go and get a Parasect. Oh, that's real bad. Oh yeah, because I need to get him out of the prizes. So, what we're doing here is Spike Armor. Get 30 damage on. What this will mean is if you attack in with this Naganadel, or whichever Naganadel, it'll KO on the way to me, which is fantastic. Because what we're then aiming for is an immediate KO back to you again. So take a 2 prize card turn here with a Koga's Trap. That's what we're after. So that's this one gone. The 6 on, and then all that confusion stuff. Get you in the active. Hopefully we can pull out our Sandslash out of this. We don't want our other Jirachi, we want a Sandslash. There we go. Awesome. Alright, so the plan here is quite simple. It's Kogasing, and then running a Spiked Armor. Get rid of that Ditto. Now we're 1 prize card away. There's the board that I prized. I just couldn't find any of these boards. So there's a well to play. So you need to be able to attack around this here ringing bell. And quite desperately. So I think I'm there. After a bit of a rocky patch for a while, I think we're there. Yep, so take the KO. Beautiful. And that's the Turtonator gone. I even had another Parasect coming. Your way. Beautiful. Beautiful. That must be an annoying way to die. Attack and then just confuse and lose. Hello, Petguin. Welcome. Alright, this is pretty much the... nearly the perfect starting hand. Just need a board. And a double Paras down. Jirachi in the active. Pack triple Paras down. All the Parases that we have in the deck. So it's whenever it's knocked out. That's unfortunate. Alright, well we don't want Brock's Grit. It's a waste of time. Cynthia. Honestly, I don't think this could have set up any better than it just did. If it tried. I mean, draw support's probably more important here. Honestly. We might wait a turn on that. So we got the Sandslash coming already. So yeah, this is Chomp. The thing that worries me about Chomp, honestly, more than anything else, is the fact that it can attack anywhere it likes. Just poking around for 40. Which means these Kogas are going to be pretty huge on it. By pretty huge, I mean massive. Absolutely massive. We can get around the tags. Sighted the Giratina. Now we could have this KO on Ghastly if we wanted it. Our setup's pretty good to do exactly that. But these things are like gold for later. What's that down for? Oh, yeah. Or Poker Gear. We've got double Kogas though, potentially, if we want it. We'll grab the Liza. Don't be greedy, don't be too greedy. I mean, but don't be too greedy. I've kind of got double Parasect set up, like triple Parasect set up. The board state right now is incredibly good. And I mean incredibly good. It's just that we're up against Chomp that can poke around my game plan. Which has me a little bit worried, but anyway. Spike Armor. Put this Ghastly under the pump anyway. I mean, if it gets into a Haunter, that'll make me sad. It has got the retreat here. Ah, that makes me sad. It just delays it. The GG and GX attack's a little bit worrying as well. If you can build your way into that. Are you going to switch straight away and just poke around? So this is where I want Kogas. Desperately want Kogas here. So the Cynthia is after finding some Kogas for me. So you're going to go after Jirachi as your first point of call. Seems fair. We got Kogas for the next play though. So that's always nice. So we'll just Spike Run for the moment. Knowing that you can play around it, but it is what it is. What I'm tempted to actually do is go and get another Paris. That's what I'm tempted to do here. But I've got to be careful that I can... Like, I've got to be able to drop Paris and then Parasect on the following turn. So if I don't, like, top deck a Pokemon, I think we've just got to hold on dropping the Paris. So what's this Gengar do? Well, you're not going to be able to put that. You're able to put me to sleep and poison. That's something you are able to do. Gets yourself a prize card there. So well done there. Alright, well, what we're going to do here, by the looks of things, is go and get... Why is it? Anytime I want to do that, I've always got a Paris prized. Alright, well that's painful, but we're just gonna Kogas. And now Spike Armor. And let the damage just tick. Maybe what I should have done was go and get a Sandshrew. That's definitely what I should have done. That's not an option anymore. Oh well. It is what it is. You've got to get this thing out of the active, and I'm sure you're aware of that. So you're going to have to pay the retreat here. I would have thought. Yep. That's what you're going to do. It's going to be a bit of cat and mouse for a while, I feel. Should be happy enough to do that, because this has to have Inkays and Malamars, this particular deck. I do have to use my Koga as well. We're sort of at a standoff at the moment. Another Tina Chomp. See, 2 Tina Chomps are going to be annoying to get through. It's because I'm going to have to be chipping slowly through them over time. I think how I use my Kogas is going to have to be pretty key in this. I'll chuck a Shrine down. Hopefully let them burn the back line for a while. Hope you've thrown some stadiums away with all that junk. Oh, I've only seen one. That's a shame. That is a right shame. So this thing does have free retreat to go straight back into a Tina Chomp. The longer I'm just bricked like this and can't find me a Kogas, the worse this is going to be for me. I actually need to either top deck Kogas or top deck a Cynthia. That's what we really need. Not much to say at the moment. Fighting energy. Interesting. Oh. Continue with the old spike armor. Maybe you're playing just to build up into the Tina Chomp in the back line. Come on, deck. Give me some love. Especially since it's taking so long in between turns. Like I said, it's going to be a very slow match just because the Tina Chomps can hit around me. I can't hit big numbers. And it's just going to take a really long time. We're not going to use our Kogas that early. It's going to hit in with the Tina. We'll leave our Kogas for the Tina Chomps. That's what we want to do. Okay. Man, we might as well put this back. Go and get a Sandslash down. Then earringing bell to this guy. Then just spike armor. And slowly continue chipping in. That's annoying. Suppose it does provide me an opportunity to go and deck check. Got one Kogas sitting in here. Burn that. Should have burned the other shrew actually. That's what I was worried about, not getting into a Kogas. But right now it doesn't necessarily matter. It matters when you're able to go like get into the Tina Chomps. That's when it matters. Which is like next turn. Alright, so it looks like you're not looking at the GG end. GX. Surge, Liza. Just trying to thin the deck a little bit. So the gear could be good after this turn. So we're just going to spike armor. Get rid of the Tina. And what we're after here is Kogas. Oh, you're actually going to attack it. I thought you were just going to continue with the same shenanigans. There you go. Can't say I was particularly expecting that. Anyway, I'll take it. This game may go a little bit quicker this way. We will search for that Koga's. Beautiful. So we're pretty happy just to hold now. Spike armor. Let this do the rest. Got our other shrine out, which is beautiful. Maybe you've finally gotten bored. I'm a very patient person. I will sit here and wait, because I am determined. So the reality is, I think now we're in a position, we've got one of the Tina Chomps. If you just want to keep this in the active, that we just burn the Kogas here. Because then we've got, you know, we've got 3 more Kogas essentially. After this. We got 2 left. I'll put 2 back. It gives us 3 more Kogas. So we're in a position where we can definitely Kogas here. If you don't retreat to this guy. Now you gave up the Tina Chomp. Although we can't quite get to the Tina, the Giratina, so we're just going to have to be patient and just slowly hit in again. How long till we can? You can get 6 damage on, so it's 3 turns. We've got time. We most certainly have time. Spike armor. Plus that Tina Chomp's ticking away in the background there. I'm surprised you didn't try to play around it. I mean, maybe you just guessed that I was holding on to the Kogas and that was what my plan was the whole time. Which it was, so... in fairness. But we'll just be patient, we'll hit in one more time. We might as well just chuck this down on someone. Spike armor. We kind of want to top deck our other Kogas. That's something we do want to do. Just so we've got it. Finally got a Melee up. This deck does run in game Melamar. And double Melee up. But having said that, I can use the Kogas anyway, because if you do take out this Sandslash, we've got Jirachi, which will be able to find the other Kogas that I power pad in. So we're in a position now where we can take out you. So, oh, we've got Poke Gear as well. It's beautiful. So Kogas, power pad, both those Kogas back. And right now we'll just, do we want to burn anything? Can we burn anything? We could burn the Poke Gear, but that gives me another option to the Kogas anyway, so. Alright. Just one prize card to go. And the Shrine's gonna get that anyway. So you might as well put yourself out of the misery and attack. Looks like he didn't have another way to get that stadium out. Oh, he did have super scoop ups in here, which is interesting. Very interesting. Alright, you're putting yourself out of misery. Very painful game, but... yeah, there's the deck. It's not going to put out big numbers, but he can get the job done, even in the most painful of ways. Alright, this is a pretty big moment. We're on a 9-game winning streak. Panic Ossa? Something like that. Welcome to this match. We'll go first, that sounds pretty good to me. Hoping for a good match. Alright, so we got Shrews, we can get a Paris. Kind of bit sad that we don't start with Jirachi, but other than that, it's a pretty decent hand. We'll take this first hand, that's for sure. Because we've got an ear-ringing bell, we can get straight to the Shrew. We've got a Raikou deck, because Raikus are just everywhere for some reason right now. Go and get ourselves the Paris out. Feels pretty good to me. Do like the fact we got the Sandslash in hand, but oh well. Cynthia, continue with the setup. Want to hold that. I'm a little bit worried that I don't have a draw sport for next turn. That is the one thing I'm a little bit worried about. But otherwise, decent. Gonna greens your way. Acrobat Pokénef. Cherish Ball. Into Pigarom. Yes, this seems to be the Raikou deck that seems to be very popular at the moment. Raikou Pigarom. Oh, what a top deck. What a top deck. That is clutch. We'll go and get ourselves the Sandslash here. Alright, do we want to Power Pad a Cynthia? I feel like no. It's not enough value, so we'll just Cynthia at this stage. Got another Sandslash. We got Sandslashes for days right now. I don't have any Parasects, and that makes me really sad. Really does. We don't want a second Jirachi down. I'm feeling like that's not what we're looking at here. We'll just Spike Armor it up at this early stage, and then Liza Shuffle on the next turn. Looking for other setup Pokemon. Gonna greens. Double greens start the game is always good. Switch Thunder Mountain. So I don't have Mew, which is a bit of a worry. So you're just going to set up another Pigarom, or you're going to really go out in the Tag Bolt play? So this is very threatening now. Very threatening board state. I hope you line up the backline attacker personally, but I don't know. Either seems really bad for me. And I mean really bad. Gonna put it to the back. So at least we don't have Tag Bolt coming. We need to start setting up Parasects pretty quickly. And another Sandslash. Well, there's a Paris. Gonna shuffle. Need to find a way to get rid of that stadium. We need so much at the moment. Got another Shrew, which has to go down. Probably should have played that the other way around, but anyway. See what you're gonna get me. Shrine. I think that's got to be priority here. Over everything else, Shrine. I mean, I'd love to take the Lieutenant Surge. But we have to get rid of this Thunder Mountain. It's just too powerful. Far too powerful here. I want to start getting some value. It's a big gamble, but I want to start getting some value out of the Parasects. We'll go a second Paras down. Retreat our way to the Slash. And Spike Armor. So I wouldn't be surprised if you've got like Zeraora to switch and things like that coming. Or if that's what you're digging for. Would love a tail coin flip though. That'd be massive. Great potion. Double great potion. Are you serious? You've fitted double great potion into this deck. And there's your Lost Blender. And a beautiful Lily Pool. This is a power turn right here. And I've got to rely on a coin flip to save me. Oh, you're going to retreat it to make sure of it. That makes sense. And I'm in a lot of trouble now. I'm in a lot of trouble. Nearly tempted Jirachi first, because if I could get a Lieutenant Surge, that could be pretty huge. But I think this is just going to be too much for me to try and handle. Not going to get the Lieutenant Surge. I feel like that's the best of what I can pull. We're going to do it. And Cynthia. Can't find my way into slashes, can I? Or Parasects. The reality is I'm in a lot of trouble now. We're just going to have to give up the Paras. Chuck a Paras down. That's all we can do. Can't do a lot more than that. Oh, and you've got the switch out of it. So yeah, we're done. This is unfortunately GG's for me. I'm getting destroyed and right on the 10th win. Wouldn't be surprised if you even attached to yourself here. Nah. And I'm gonna have to watch it in the slowest way possible. Tenants, Kogas. Although it's going to really matter, there's no way I'm going to be able to overcome this from here. I don't think. Oops. We finally get the Parasect set up, so that line. Stellar Wish. Oh, we need to Brock's Grit. So bad. As well on the next turn, don't we? We're not going to be able to. Earringing Bell to you. Treat to you. We're trying hard. Spike Armor. But the fact that you can just even retreat out, even if you don't have the switch here, is just brutal. But we are trying. Oh, you've got the switch card. Just to go straight to the ChuChu. And Tandem Shock. So it leaves you confoozled, but a lot to be desired. Trying to think. I need a Pokemon, that's what I need. Don't have any other Paras to draw. If I get a Netball, I could Brock's Grit here. I'm going to do the Stellar Wish first. There's the Netball. So we can Brock's Grit our way. Oh, apparently we can get just about everything. Not that it really matters. But we'll go that way. Netball. Trying to get ourselves a KO. Pokegear this away. For another Sandslash. And just retreat out. Spike armor again. And this is where you'll probably now go to the Raikou. Just be done with that there. Gonna greens, probably go and get more healing. Yep. You are going to deny me of any prize cards here. Well, we tried. We tried. Well played. Where's going to give it to you from him? That is what you call just getting absolutely owned. Absolutely owned. Could not even get a prize card out of it. Well, we tried. We couldn't get there on the 10 in a row. I will show this game because we got to 9, but we couldn't get to 10. And it is time to rate this deck, and starting with damage here. Well, the base damage, the only damage that we're really legitimately doing is 30. So yeah, it's not that great. I know that we can build up numbers very, very quickly, especially if we got them confused, we've got a lot of Parasects up and they choose to attack into us after we use a Spike armor. So the damage can build up and ramp up pretty quickly, but our base damage here of 30 isn't great. In fact, it's absolutely terrible. So for the damage output of what we can physically attack with, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10. As for the defense, we are a 1 prize card trade, plus we're really, really annoying because we're constantly trying to confuse our opponents. So obviously with the ear ringing bells, comboed with the Kogas from time to time, can be super annoying for our opponent and build an extra bit of defensive layer to this deck. So yeah, 1 prize card trade with that confusion, I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. As for reliability, well, these Jirachis help quite a lot there, plus yeah, we are an evolution deck. It is a little bit janky from time to time, given that, you know, there's a lack of Pokemon search for the Sandslashes and the Parasects in particular. Oh, and the Sandshrew as well, actually, because we're just relying purely on Pokecoms and our draw power. So it can get a little bit janky from time to time, but the Jirachis really do help out a lot here. And the fact that we're not having to build any NGs up or worry about NG costs as well does help as well. So we're giving the reliability of doing what we're trying to achieve with the deck an 8 out of 10. So overall, what do I think? Well, I really enjoy it. It's really fun when you can pull off this combo, and you've seen that we got to a 9-game win streak. However, this deck can go down pretty hard as well, as you've seen when we were trying to get to that 10th win. Fortunately, we didn't get there, but I had a lot of fun. I'm giving the deck an 8 out of 10.